Hello, you guys. All right. We are all better. I don't know if you guys were following it all last week. It was a mess. I was sick. It was gloriously awful. So I'm back. I think my brain is fully functioning now. We'll find out how I do with this today. But it was time. I really wanted to share some about this, and so here we are. We are doing this, I guess we could call it a masterclass, but I kind of decided yesterday that this was going to happen. So, maybe next time we'll plan a little further in advance for a masterclass like this. But let's see. Let me see if I can actually share this. I think I can share it into my group. Let's see. Sharing that. Let's see. Okay. Well, it says posted. That's odd. I don't know if that means it's actually going to go live into the group or if it's just like posting a snippet. Guys, I'm still learning this stuff. I'm challenged when it comes to this technological stuff. So let me pull this up on my computer. We're going to see if it is actually streaming into my community. And if you guys are not in my community, it's the Making Sense of a Healthy Life community on Facebook. Okay, well, it looks like it might be, let's see, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's actually streaming into the group. That's way cool. I didn't know I could do that. Yay! Okay, learn a new thing every day. This is awesome. Okay, so I'm actually going to just keep it pulled up too. That way I can actually see comments because sometimes Facebook is lovely and doesn't like to show me comments. So here we go. Here we go. Okay, there we are. Awesome. Yay. Okay. But yeah, so if you guys are not in the Making Sense of a Healthy Life community, I definitely recommend joining us. I can even post the link for you guys so you can join because I would love to have you in there. It's a super supportive community. It's where we do like daily check-ins. I post daily questions just so we can all get to know each other and share what we know about like what we have learned because we are all always learning new tips and tricks and new things about ourselves, new things that work for living a healthy life. That's really what we're all about. It's just a great community where we are all supporting each other as we figure out kind of what is our ideal healthy life, what strategies really work for us as we go through this. There we go. Yay, comment posted. Woohoo! This is awesome. I'm getting the hang of this, guys. All right. So if you are joining me live, make sure you drop me a little heart or, feel free to do the little laughing face too, because hopefully you're getting a kick out of this as well. So, anyway, join the Making Sense of a Healthy Life community. I'd love to have you there and just cheer you on as you create your ideal healthy life. So let's talk a little bit about that, since today, the whole goal of today is for me to share the 5 strategies that really boost your energy, your strength, your confidence, so you can actually live that healthy life on your terms. We'll get into that. So this, and me in general, if you guys don't know me already, I'm Jess. I'm a holistic health and fitness coach. I'm not a normal personal trainer. I have a very different approach to health and fitness. If you watch me for any length of time, you'll see I'm really not promoting like big, intense workouts. I don't do the fad diets. And for the most part, I really don't like recommend supplements that much. Like I'm not partnered with any brand or any company. This is 100% me. And my education, my training, my experience. I've been in the health and fitness industry for, off and on, for over 10 years. And in the last, in 2019, I started my own company, Jess Rowe Health and Fitness. And that was also kind of the culmination of everything that I have learned, having been like the traditional personal trainer in a box gym, really pushing like the boot camp style workouts and all of that. I hit the rock bottom with my health during that time while I was both trying to do the intense workouts and the I was doing a pretty restrictive diet in terms of like I was vegan. I was like totally vegan, maybe a little bit of pescatarian in there too, a little fish here and there. But I really did. I hit rock bottom with my health. I was also living with an undiagnosed genetic hypermobility disorder. For those of you guys who don't know, I've got hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and I have been seeing a lot of you guys also have it, which is, I mean, I'm sorry, it's not fun, but it's also really awesome to be connecting with you guys, because doctors kind of make us think that it's like this incredibly rare genetic disorder, and then you start like getting out there and meeting, we call ourselves zebras, we start meeting the other zebras, and I'm like, there's a lot more of us out there than they'd have us believe. It's a pretty prevalent disorder, actually, and it's a spectrum disorder, kind of like autism, in that you might not have full-blown Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, but you might be on the hypermobility spectrum, so you're like double-jointed or very, very flexible, and you might get the chronic pain and stuff from that. However, I do not just work with people with EDS. I work with everybody, because I learned that what I'm going to teach you guys today works for everybody. So I can absolutely work with people with EDS. I've got that unique perspective. But as I'll be sharing today too, I've just got the unique perspective of how much better and easier and more enjoyable living a healthy life can be, incorporating exercise, incorporating a healthy diet, and just generally having a lifestyle that supports the life that you want to live instead of like ruling it, being, obsessive about it. But I'm just a testament to the fact that it can be easy, it can be enjoyable, and it can work really, really well for you, regardless of what your health history is, regardless of how little time you have, how many times you failed with other things too. Like, let me know in the comments, what are the things that you have tried to do whatever it is you want to do? Like, let me know that too. Have you tried a variety of different workout programs? Have you tried a bunch of different diets? Have you just been on the yo-yo roller coaster and now you're looking for something that's just going to be sustainable and easy, that doesn't require this like immense effort for a month while you get results and then you can't sustain them and then you're back to the yo-yo roller coaster? So let's talk about this. So hopefully that gives you some idea of who I tend to work with, but let me just kind of spell it out a little more clearly. I have my notes, because if you guys have followed me for any bit, I can ramble. I love just going off and sharing all the good stuff, and as it kind of comes to me. But sometimes we need a little structure too, right? That is how we get where we want to go. So this is for you. I am for you. Today's training is for you. If you do want to look in the mirror and love what you see, you want to be confident, you want to feel good in your body. It's not just about looks for you too, most likely. You want to feel good inside and out. But you're also not interested in getting there by using what we just talked about, the intense workouts, specifically ones that you hate. If you like intense workouts too, like more power to you. But the workouts that you hate, having to do stuff that is super intense to you, that requires like 110% of your effort, it kind of like consumes your life. You don't want to have to use restrictive diets that like they make you feel restricted and deprived. You don't want to have to live your life like that just to like how you look in the mirror, just to be healthy, right? That's not what you want, because I think hopefully deep down you know that kind of approach, that obsessive approach, that all-consuming approach is not necessarily healthy. That's not really cultivating a healthy mindset, and it's definitely not sustainable, which I know all of us want sustainability. We don't want to just bust our butts for 30 days, get where we want to be, and then like fall off the wagon and get super frustrated and not be able to sustain those results that we worked so hard to get. So today we're going to be talking about how there is a balance. There is a balance between like getting quick results. I know we're in instant gratification nation, right? Where we do want to see quick results. We put in the effort. We want to see some freaking results, right? But we also understand that there has to be that balance where you can actually sustain those results beyond, right? So that means you want the easy and the enjoyable habits that you can, again, actually sustain. Because what I see a lot is people really resist making the changes that they need to make because they believe that they have to make changes that they don't like. And they're like, well, I can't do that for the rest of my life. So I'm just like, no, I'm not going to do it. So it's really important that we find what changes and strategies you actually like, that you actually enjoy, that are also easy so that you can sustain them and so that you can actually get the results that you're after, right? And so that's what we're going to talk about today, is that because big overarching goal here is to love the skin that you're in, right? You want to feel comfortable, capable, and confident in your body, but you also want to have the long-term, lifelong energy, the strength, the confidence that you need. You need all of that from your lifestyle so that you can actually go do those things that are most important to you, right? The idea here is that your healthy lifestyle supports the life that you want to live, but it does not rule it. You know, you're not sacrificing time with friends and family because you have to get that workout in, right? There's flexibility. You can't just avoid the holiday party because you're not allowed to eat that food. There's time and space for that. Like there has to be room for you to enjoy life so that you have the healthy body, but you also have a healthy and happy mind and soul. Like it all has to come together. You got to enjoy it, right? So there you go. That is what I'm about. Let me know in the comments because what you want your healthy lifestyle to look like. Well, there's obviously going to be similarities, like what I just said. We all want it to be easy and enjoyable and sustainable, right? But what does that look like for you? I'm very curious. And what is the purpose that you are living your life? Because like I just said, you want these habits, this healthy lifestyle to support you so that you can actually live the life that you want to live. We are all here for a purpose, right? And that's one of the things I love about the Making Sense community is that there is a huge variety of people in there. Huge variety. Like there's stay-at-home moms, there's entrepreneurs, there's therapists, there's just a huge variety in there, and I love it because we're kind of all coming together with that similar purpose of wanting to create a healthy lifestyle we can sustain. But there's that diversity too. So we get all these cool different perspectives, all these bits of inspiration. We get to see like how one person is living their life that could, like, you never even imagined that could be a way of living your life. And you're like, wow, I want to do that. Like, that's awesome. So I love that space. Drop in the comments. The link is in the comments. Come join us. It's beautiful and wonderful. And we do fun trainings. Like every Friday, we do our challenges in there. It's just a good space. Okay. But, so let me know in the comments, what do you do and why do you do it? What is your purpose in life, right? My purpose, obviously, is here. I am here to help you make creating your healthy life as simple as possible. No more throwing spaghetti at the wall. Because I want you to have the health and the energy and the strength and the confidence and that love of your own body so that you can actually go live out your purpose and make the impact on the world that you want. So, and we all know you cannot do that without your health, right? Like you don't want to lose everything that you've worked to build. Or like me, I could not fathom being a holistic health and fitness coach and actually helping other people, actually like having set times during the day to work where I wasn't sleeping. I was so like just overwhelmed with dealing with the chronic pain and the exhaustion of my failing health But there's no way I could have actually done all this and like started living out my purpose and helping people with this. So that's why I love these strategies so very, very much. So I hope this will be very helpful for you. Let me check my notes before I ramble any further. So let me know in the comments too. What is your purpose? And what do you need from your body and your lifestyle to actually support you in that? Like, what right now is kind of holding you back? What is the problem right now for you with your body, with your health, your energy? Let me know. Like, are you dealing with, do you just not feel comfortable in your body? Do you not like how you look? Do you have chronic pain issues? And do you have energy issues? Do you feel overwhelmed? Do you feel like you need to do something to take better care of yourself? You're just not sure what it is. So let me know. Let me know in the comments while I look at my notes and drink some tea. All right, so let's get in there. Let's get in and talk about the 5 strategies that will help you boost your energy, your strength, and your confidence so that you can live out your life's purpose. Live life on your terms. Be healthy on your terms. So one of the big things that I am really opposed to is the cookie cutter programs. One of the big things I love working with my clients on is really kind of identifying and creating that vision of what their ideal healthy life looks like. Because so many people, they're like, well, I don't want to be obsessed about my workouts. I don't want to do crazy intense workouts. I definitely don't want to obsess over my food and be anxious and feel guilty all the time because I'm not eating right, whatever that means. So like a lot of the people that I connect with, they've recognized that kind of like the mainstream picture of health that gets promoted. You know, you've all seen the commercials for the Pelotons and the other stuff, which like not knocking those products. I want a treadmill so bad, you guys. I want a treadmill in my house so I don't have to go to the gym. But okay, side note. But you guys have all seen those commercials, right? Where they're promoting like what the picture healthy person looks like, right? You know, they're this like fit, athletically built person who's like grinning from ear to ear while they do their super intense workout, and they're like not even breaking a sweat. And then they, you know, like they get up early too. I'm not a morning person. I don't like getting up early unless I really have to. But they always get up early. Like they're riding their bike at the break of dawn, and they're loving every minute of it. They're like, yeah, I'm competing with other people. I'm like super intense. I don't know. That's not me. That is not my approach to health and fitness. So let me know if that is you or not you. Side note on that too, like if you want that to be you in terms of like you want to have that strength, you actually want to enjoy moving your body, that is something you can work up to. You do not need to like dive in and do those workouts and like fake it till you make it pretending you're that person, because that's definitely not going to work. I promise you that. These are the strategies. Let me get into these. These are the strategies that will get you to whatever your vision is, whether it's that, whether it's something else. Let me know what that vision is, though. I'm definitely curious to know on that. So, all right. So the big thing to know is, like I said, I'm not big on the cookie cutter programs. I'm not big on trying to take you and then fit you into like this mold, right, of what healthy looks like. I would much rather help you find what health looks like for you, because it can be totally different for so many people. For one person, being vegan and doing boot camp style workouts and carefully selecting who they hang out with so that they only surround themselves with people that support that goal of a healthy lifestyle, that might work for some people. That might be great for some people. That might not be great for you. Or maybe it is. I don't know. But the idea is that we create what is right for you. We're not trying to force you to fit into someone else's definition of healthy. So the big thing to take away too with these strategies today is that you can tailor them completely. So they're really cool strategies that, like, I do use them with all of my clients because they're really just the foundational, like, I guess, philosophical approaches to healthy living that you can completely tailor to yourself, make it work for you, all while actually starting to live out your dream of being healthy and having the energy you need so you can live life the way you want to live and really enjoy it. So these strategies are often what has been missing, especially if you have been pushing and pushing and pushing and you're just not getting the results that you want. You've worked your butt off and it is just not working. So these are the strategies that I almost guarantee that you're missing at least one or a few of them. These strategies are also a very, very good place, like the perfect place to start if you want to be taking better care of yourself, but then you get overwhelmed by the prospect of it and you're like, I don't even know where to start, so I'm just gonna keep doing what I've been doing. No, deal with it later. So these are the strategies. I would love to know at the end of this, once I tell you about them, which one calls to you? Which one do you want to start with? So we'll start talking about that. So again, these are the strategies that really, like, they consistently work for my clients. They are what dragged me out of my little hellhole of deteriorating health, and really helps me become this person where I'm able to help other people. And so I'm excited to share them with you. So they are definitely what make living a healthy life easy and enjoyable and sustainable, because that's really the most important part, right? So I already shared a little bit about my story. The big thing I want you to know, like truly the biggest difference, the game changer, if you will, that happened for me. Like I said, I was a personal trainer. I was doing all this stuff, right? All the things that I was supposed to be doing, right? I was trying to fit myself into the little box, got my little healthy box, right? Got my ideal person who can do the intense workouts. They have a hardcore, awesome diet and, all that stuff. I was trying to force myself into that box. I was doing everything I was supposed to. And that is what got me to rock bottom with my health. Like, yay, that didn't work out so well. So what changed was when I started using these strategies. I released that supposed to. I released all the supposed tos. I stopped trying to force myself into that box, and I started using these strategies to guide me instead. So let's do this. All right. Let me know. I'm curious if you have any ideas what these strategies are. Let me know. Okay. So let's dive into the strategies then. So strategy number 1. I already mentioned how much I despise cookie cutter strategies. They got like a time and a place. If you're like, I just need someone to tell me what to do for a little bit so I can get started. They've got a time and a place, but ultimately, if you want to actually love the skin you're in, if you want to actually have the energy and the strength and confidence you need long term to live life on your terms and actually accomplish everything that you want to do, you need a customized long-term strategy. You need a strategy that takes into account your needs, your wants, your health history, who you are, your quirks, all of that, all your preferences. You need something that takes all that into account so that you are not trying to force yourself into this cookie cutter box, so that you are actually embracing everything that makes you you, everything that makes you unique and special, and you are crafting the lifestyle that you want, that you will love, and that will be easy for you, and there's no more confusion and overwhelm because it's just a custom strategy. It's everything that you need and nothing that you don't. And it is long-term, right? It's not a quick fix, because quick fixes just create that yo-yo effect. So it is designed so that it's actually going to be sustainable for your whole life. And what makes it sustainable for your whole life, because obviously we go through different seasons in life, right? So it's also flexible. So that's strategy number 1. You've got to have the customized long-term strategy so that it is sustainable, it is flexible, and it's not doing more damage to you. It's actually helping you heal, whether you have like physical things to heal, like illnesses to heal, pain to heal, or that inner work that needs to help heal you on the inside, because you have been taught your entire life that you have to fit yourself into that box, right? You have to change yourself. There's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. There's something wrong with the program if it makes you feel like there's something wrong with you. So when you find that strategy that is customized to you and that is sustainable and flexible, that is what makes taking care of yourself and living a healthy lifestyle easy and enjoyable for you. So, like I said, it can look however you need it to look. If you want to make sure you got room for eating the foods that you love, regardless of whether they're healthy or not, then you get that space. That's what a good program should do. A good coach should do that for you, or whatever strategy you're using should do that for you. It should meet those needs, because it's not just about body, it's about mind and soul as well, right? That leads me into strategy number 2, the holistic approach, right? It is not just about diet and exercise. Yes, diet and exercise often kind of give you the fastest results, right? Especially if you are looking for some kind of physical transformation. You really want to change how you look in the mirror. Then yeah, diet and exercise, they're great, but they are not the end all be all, and generally will only get you so far if you are missing out on the other things. I use what I call my 4 pillars of a healthy lifestyle. So they include movement, not just exercise, but movement in general. You have to move your body. It was made to move. Moving it, and not just exercise, but moving it in general, not spending all day sitting. That is what promotes lifelong health and energy. But that's just one pillar, right? There's movement. There's also nourishment, not diet. Nourishment, actually having a healthy relationship with food, where food not only fuels your body and supports your physical health, but it also supports your mental, emotional, spiritual health, all of it. It's okay to like a food that's not always healthy for you physically, but maybe it fills you up. Like, it fills up your cup, right? It reminds you of things that you loved in your childhood. So while it may not be the healthiest choice, it's probably not the one that you want to like live on and sustain yourself on, but you can enjoy that food. Absolutely you can. You need to nourish yourself, body, mind, and soul, not just body. So movement, nourishment. Pillar number 3 is energy. I was calling it rest, but there's so much more to energy than just rest. Yes, rest helps. But I'm sure, like, raise your hand if you have struggled with getting a good night's sleep, and raise your hand if you are sick to death of people being like, oh, you just need to sleep more. Guys, and I can tell you, one of the things that's interesting about, so the hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos, one thing that it actually does is it affects people's ability to actually enter deep sleep. I have a heck of a time getting into deep sleep, and some people with EDS cannot. They are physically incapable of getting into a deep sleep. So my entire life, basically, I generally wake up not feeling rested. Now, I have made the changes. I have worked on this pillar extensively, so most of the time I can get a pretty darn good night's sleep. But the answer was not just sleep more. That was not the answer. That's not helpful. So you got to have some other strategies in there to really support that. And actually, what's cool about these pillars is that they all support each other. So when I started moving more, especially in ways that felt good, I ditched the intense workouts because those were hurting me. They did not feel good. And I started doing exercise that actually made me feel good. It boosted my energy. It improved my sleep. And it just, it was amazing. I could talk about that forever. So let me know if you have questions about that. But also, and then as you start nourishing yourself better too, and you, like for me, I had to identify what foods were actually triggering my gut issues. And believe it or not, there are foods that trigger an increase in my chronic pain. So generally, I've gotten to the point where I generally don't have pain anymore. But certain things will flare it up, like stress and eating certain foods that my body is like, don't eat that. It hurts. I don't like it. So when you can identify those foods that are not supporting you, ones that maybe you can enjoy occasionally, but not all the time, it's incredible how quickly that will support your energy. Like you'll actually have energy because your body's no longer trying to heal the damage that you just did by eating food that actually hurts your gut, right? So the movement supports your health, the nourishment supports your health, the strategies for working on your energy support you. They all work together. It's incredible. And the fourth pillar, of course, is stress resilience. I was calling it stress management, but like stress management, that makes it sound like you're going to have to like be fighting this for your whole life. And in a sense, you kind of do have to fight the stress because we live in a super high stress world. But you don't just want to manage it. Same as like, I did not just want to manage my hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Like I wanted to frickin' overcome that and live my life as I wanted to live it, not just manage it. That's not exciting, right? It is not exciting. Stress resilience, though, building your resilience to the stress, because yes, we're going to be dealing with stress for our whole lives unless you can like escape into the mountains and never have to deal with anyone ever again. I don't know. That might sound kind of nice, but closet introvert over here. I would be very happy just living in the woods on my own for a little bit. But then I'd miss you guys. I'd miss you all. And my family and my kids and my husband. So, but if you can build your resilience, right? Your resilience to stress, your resilience to basically all of the negative things we get bombarded with every day that really do take a toll on your health, both physically and mentally and emotionally and spiritually. Like, I don't need to remind you. You guys have been here for the last 2 years, right? We all lived through 2020. And we're still living through it right now. But what if you could be more resilient to it? Like, even if your stress never fully decreased, which ideally, yes, we want to decrease it somewhat. We want to manage it so that you feel in control of your life. Like, you're not just constantly in reaction mode. But if you could be more resilient to it, where the stress just doesn't phase you like it used to, that would be pretty amazing, right? I know it was a game changer for me because that's a huge trigger for my chronic pain, my chronic fatigue, stress. It's a nasty, nasty thing. So when you can become more resilient to it, it supports everything else that you're doing. Like you can only do so much diet and exercise, especially if your body is perceiving like a restrictive diet or intense exercise as just increased stress. That makes it impossible for you to actually come down to this level of like calm and health and rest and enjoying life, as opposed to like living life up here where you're just always stressed and like, oh my gosh, you don't want that. It's not fun. It's not fun. And I've been there. I lived most of my life like that. Both the stress from like college and then, you know, getting a job and figuring out how to be an adult, like that's enough stress. But I had chronic pain and fatigue on top of that, where my body was like falling apart by age 20. That's not fun. And you don't need to live that way either. That's one of the big things that I stand for, is do not settle. If you don't like how you feel, if you don't like how you're having to live, please believe that you don't have to live that way. There is a way to overcome that. There is a way to find something better for you. And that's what I'm here for. So especially if you are overwhelmed, you're exhausted, you don't feel good in your body, and you just don't know what to do to fix it, please talk to me. Please talk to me, and we can figure out what you need. Having another set of eyes is incredibly wonderful and game-changing. And we're actually going to get to that. That's one of the pillars, or one of the strategies I was going to share with you. But for now, let's move to number 3, right? So we just did number 2. You have to have that holistic approach, right? You have to have movement, nourishment, energy, and stress resilience. And that basically, that's the umbrella that covers like your physical health, your mental health, your spiritual health. It covers all of that. You have to have that holistic approach. You can't just do diet and exercise and wonder why you're not getting results, because you're probably missing those other pillars. Let me know. Are you missing any of those pillars that I just mentioned? Like the lifestyle, have you been really working on exercise and diet, but apparently you're kind of missing the stress resilience and the energy maybe? Let me know. So moving on to number 3. The third one is, and this one, it was truly the game changer for me and for a lot of my clients. It is reconnect with your body. This is the one, it allows you to finally step away from like the box, right? I was talking about the box that you're trying to fit yourself into, the healthy box where you think you have to change yourself to be healthy. You don't, because when you actually reconnect with your body and start listening to it, and giving it the things that it needs, the things it's actually asking for, even though it's kind of hard to discern that, especially if you've been well trained to not listen to your body, as most of us have in our society these days. But when you start listening to your body, suddenly everything comes easier. Suddenly you know what you need to do. There's no question of like, oh, should I try keto? Should I try intermittent fasting? Should I try this because it worked for her? Should I try that because my doctor said to? There's no more confusion about that, because you're just like, no, I know what my body needs. My body asked for this, and that is what I'm going to give it. And that's what's going to work. And I'm going to give it to it. And wow, look at that. I feel so good. I have energy. Oh, this movement feels good. This food tastes good. It makes me feel good. I have energy. I have confidence. Everything just is so much easier when you just learn to listen to your body, because your body is your teammate, right? You live your whole life in this body. You're not going to get a new one. So instead of fighting your body, because I know, raise your hand, this was me, I fought my body for most of my life. It was like, why will it not just work? I just want to be able to do this workout. I just want to be able to eat this food. I just want to feel comfortable. When my body was sitting here, it was going, oh my gosh, why is she not listening to me? I am telling her, I don't like this workout. It hurts. Why won't she give me something that feels good? Oh my gosh, why does she keep eating that? Like, it makes me feel awful. I'm telling her I feel awful, but she won't listen. This is your body. It's trying to tell you. It is trying to tell you, and it is just as frustrated as you are that you're not listening. So let's embrace the fact that you're not going to get a new body, but this body is very intelligently designed to tell you exactly what it needs. We just have to actually learn how to listen. So, like I said, this is going to guide everything that you do. It will completely eliminate the overwhelm and the confusion and the guilt and the anxiety. There will be no more question of what you're supposed to do, because you'll have actually learned to listen to your body, and you'll have tried these things out. Like, this is what I work with my clients on. I'm like, all right, what is going on for you, right? What is happening here? What cues is your body sharing with you? It's okay if you don't know what they mean. Just tell me everything that your body is doing that's driving you flippin' insane, right? And then I can help you decode that, and we can look at your life, look at your lifestyle, and be like, all right, so these are some of the things that your body is wanting. Let's start trying them out. Let's try them out and see how it fits. See if it's easy, see if it's enjoyable, and see if it makes you feel better. And then all of a sudden we start building this. It's like an owner's manual. We're building your owner's manual of how to live with your body, how to work with your teammate. Because think about, like, when you're in a team, right? If you treated your teammates how you treat your body, like, how would that go over for you? Would your teammates just be like, yeah, we're not going to work with you. Bye. Like, would you talk to your teammates the way you talk to your body? Would you have the expectations for your teammates the way you have your expectations for your body? Would you just be like, I said to do this, and you're supposed to do it? that's not going to go over well, right? So don't be surprised that it's also not going over well for your body. So instead, let's work together and create your owner's manual. Let's figure out what your body's trying to tell you and how we need to tweak things, because you don't necessarily have to have a huge lifestyle overhaul, right? We're all about easy and enjoyable and effective. It's my 3 E's, right? Easy, effective, and enjoyable. That's all you got to do. And listening to your body guides you in that process. So, and of course, when you actually start figuring out what the heck your body wants, imagine what that does for your confidence. It empowers you, right? Suddenly there's no more like guilt and anxiety. Like if you go out to eat or something, you're like, oh, I shouldn't eat this food. You're like, no, I choose not to eat that food because I know it's going to have a really bad consequence for me. Or I absolutely can eat that food. It doesn't hurt me at all. It supports me, or it fills up my soul, right? We talked about nourishing your body, mind, and soul. So suddenly it's very easy to make all of these choices. There's no more confusion, no more guilt. You're completely empowered and confident because suddenly your body feels good and you're happy in your own skin and you're getting the results that you're after. So reconnect with your body. Start learning how to listen. This is a tough one. That is why I'm here for you. So let me know all the things. What is your body doing that drives you nuts? And let's figure out what it wants and start getting it, right? So you can start feeling amazing in your body, because everyone should. Everyone absolutely can and should. So that's number 3. Number 4 is accountability. This is a huge one, because how long have you been throwing spaghetti at the wall and not really getting very far, and you're frustrated and you're overwhelmed and you're confused and you want to throw in the towel and you're just like, I have worked so hard and nothing is working? Like, raise your hand. That was me. That was why I got a master's degree, and that's why I started as a personal trainer. Then I got a master's degree in exercise science and health promotion. Then I became a corrective exercise specialist. Then I became a pre- and postnatal coach. Like, maybe you aren't going down quite that path. You're like, I have to fix myself. That was me. I have to fix myself. I need this degree. I need this certification. This has the answers for me, right? And I'm very glad I did all that, because now I get to help you with that, right? So that's why I'm here. However, if I had just found a coach, a professional who could be my extra set of eyes, and that was actually what ended up happening as a result of my pre- and postnatal certification. In that certification, they talked a lot about the importance of building a team, right? Of not trying to do it alone, of having friends and family and professionals and people who are supporting you. And it was finally then that I went and I found myself my incredible physical therapists, and I started building a team. And poof, it was within 3 months of starting my physical therapy that I was like, oh my gosh, I feel so much better. Like, why have I been putting this off for so long? Why have I been trying to do this on my own for so long? Like, I don't know. I know part of it was I had asked for help so many times, like from doctors and stuff, and gotten really, really shitty answers. And so I definitely believed, unfortunately, that I had to do it alone. But again, that's why I like to share this story, because I know a lot of us have had that same experience where you've reached out for help and basically ended up with the wrong professional who gave you bad advice, either made it worse or just did not make it better, did not make you feel good about yourself. And so that is why I like to talk about this, because it is possible to find the right person to help you. I had multiple bad experiences with physical therapists. I knew I needed physical therapy. It's why I became a corrective exercise specialist, trying to kind of do their job myself. But it wasn't until I finally did find the good professionals who were able to take what I already knew and help me refine it. They had to be my extra set of eyes. And that can make a world of difference, especially if you're like, I have been trying for so long. I want this to work, but I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. Like, I'm trying everything and it's not working. that is where an extra set of eyes is absolutely necessary. You don't have to do this alone. And like I said, I have my amazing community. Like, it's free. You are beyond welcome to come join that community and just experience what you can learn from other people, from being in a community, and that's actually strategy number 5 is community. But being in a community with like-minded people who are all trying to make these strategies work for them. They can be your extra set of eyes. I can be your extra set of eyes. Whether you're just in the community soaking up the trainings that I give there, or whether you want to work with me more closely so we can actually take a really good look at your life and say, okay, what have you tried? Where do you want to be? Where are you now? And what do we need to change to make this happen for you? Because like I said earlier, you don't need to settle. You absolutely don't need to settle. Ashley, hi, yay, thanks for joining us. Wait, come back here, comments. Here we go. This reminds you of your experience after having rhabdo. Oh, yeah, that's not fun. You got no answers anywhere about getting back into exercise post-recovery. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Where are you at with that now? Like, how long ago was that? Tell me more. You can always DM me too, and we can talk more in there. But yeah, I'm so sorry. It's frustrating. I feel like a lot of us have been through that, where it's like we have been through goodness even knows how many people we've reached out to for help. And it's just like, they're like, oh, you'll be fine. Or, oh, you just have to toughen up. You're like, I've been trying to tough it through this, guys. Like, toughen it out ain't working. So at some point you do, you need answers. You need that extra set of eyes to really help you start getting back into it. That's actually one of my clients. We're on month 4 now of working together, but within the first 2 months, she had been dealing with like hormonal issues and just not having the energy, trying to do all the things she was supposed to, trying to do the intense workouts and the diets and all of that. And finally we connected. And I was like, that's what I specialize in, is like helping you overcome those energy issues. And she was like, oh my gosh, like, let's do this. And within 2 months, by the end of the 3rd month, she was telling me, she's like, I feel better than I have in 8 years. And I was like, I know that feeling. Like, I know. I spent my whole life feeling like garbage and having doctors and people tell me like, oh, you just need to get tougher. And like the icing on the cake was when I was 26 and a doctor was like, well, you are getting older. I'm like, I'm 26. Like, what the heck, you guys? Like, that's not okay. Let's see. So Ashley, you had it back in April, slowly attempted to get back into exercise. No, failure over and over. I'm so sorry. Medical advice was to go at your own pace and no other recommendations. Isn't that? So it's, and actually right before you popped on, I was just talking about my 3rd strategy is really reconnect with your body, which is like, yes, go at your own pace, but like, what the heck does that mean? Like, putting that into practice, like, we've spent our entire lives being taught to not listen to our bodies, right? Push through the pain, no pain, no gain, push harder is better, like all that stuff. I mean, and tell me too, like that might have been part of what even got you into having rhabdo in the first place, was just pushing and pushing and pushing, or something else too. Tell me, I don't know. I'm making assumptions here, so sorry. But yeah, it's, go at your own pace. That was actually something that was super interesting. We just wrapped up my core challenge in my community, and part of that, so it's a very different core challenge. We really focus on like building the core from the inside out and using breathing, learning how to breathe properly. And it was so interesting because I had multiple people in there were like, well, I'm trying to do it, but it's like I'm tightening up even more, because the idea is like we use your breath to like release all the tightness, all the stuff that like constricts and like causes pain in your body. And they're like, but it's causing more pain. Like, I'm trying. And we realized that they were like trying to force the inhales and the exhales. And so like, obviously when you're like, what happens to your body, right? Like, so you're trying to listen to your body, but your brain is basically still sabotaging you and still trying to force you to do it the way you think it should be done, which just makes it even worse, right? It makes it so much harder. So I would love, let's talk more about where you're at. Let's see if we can get you feeling better too, because that's insane. I'm so sorry. Let's see, that was April. So yeah, you've spent like the most of this year then basically dealing with that and not being able to get back where you need to be. That's not good. Let's talk. So I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. It's not fun. So let's see, quick recap, because we talked about, okay, I've talked about the four pillars, right? Yes. Okay. So first pillars, I'm getting confused here now. 5 strategies is what we're talking about. 5 strategies. And, yeah, for sure, Ashley, I'm so sorry. That's so challenging. And I can't imagine what that's done to the life you are trying to live. Like, you got stuff to do, right? You don't want to be dealing with this too. So yeah, let's talk. So the 5 strategies that we're going over today, the customized long-term strategy, because cookie cutter strategies just tend to do more damage, right? And you need something you can sustain for your whole life, so it's flexible and enjoyable and easy. You need the holistic approach, because diet and exercise only gets you so far. You've got to have the movement, the nourishment, the energy, and the stress resilience to really feel healthy and happy and like you're taking care of yourself. You need to reconnect with your body. That's number 3. Learning to treat your body as a teammate, kind of releasing control. This was how we talked about it in the core challenge, was just releasing that control that your brain wants to have over everything and allowing your body and your brain to be balanced and communicating equally, as opposed to your brain just being like, I say what to do, you do what I say. And your body's like, no, that's not how this works. So reconnecting with your body so that you can actually feel empowered and confident that you are making the right choices, and you'll actually start feeling good because you are making the right choices. Number 4 is having accountability. Again, so I was talking mostly about like the importance of actually getting that other set of eyes. The game changer that it was for me, getting an actual coach, an actual PT, PT for me, maybe coach for you, maybe a friend too. Because honestly, when you just commit to another person, so if you have an accountability buddy, your success rate increases by up to 65%. Just because another person is there to hold you accountable, right? And then when you actually commit to regular check-ins and schedule check-ins, your rate of success can go up to 95%. And that's what we do in my 3-month program too, is we have weekly check-ins where we actually go in. We're like, all right, what was your game plan for last week? How did it go? Did you enjoy it? Did it not work? What do we need to tweak? Revisit your goals. Really look at what is going on for you in your life and make sure that you are creating an action plan for the next week that is actually in alignment with all of that. And we've troubleshooted it. We've simplified it. You are confident moving into the next week that you can actually do it. Like, we talk a lot about the 90 to 100% confidence scale. If you're not 90 to 100% confident that you can and will do it, then you're probably not going to do it. And then you're going to be frustrated, right? So having that accountability where you are committing to other people, maybe committing to a coach, and getting that extra set of eyes, whether it's, like I said, like join my community, it's free. You'll have all kinds of eyes in there to support you. Lots of people that are all on this journey with you to support you and cheer you on. And then there's my program as well, where you can get my eyes more closely on what is going on for you. But it is a game changer. Like, if you've been throwing spaghetti at the wall, I know how frustrating that is. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do it alone, especially, and I know it's a hard one to really trust and believe in that one, especially if you've had those experiences like Ashley and me and many of my clients too, where you're just like, no, I worked with a professional and they didn't do anything. Like, total waste of time, right? It's hard to open up your trust and really trust another person and trust that they're going to help you. And so again, that's why like I've got that free community, like join us in there. Let's work on rebuilding that trust too, and building that trust for you with your body, because that's ultimately the goal, right? Especially with reconnecting with your body, you want to trust your body and yourself and have that confidence. That's where it all comes from. And then the last one, strategy number 5, is community, right? You kind of need to be surrounded by people who are actually supporting you, not making it even harder. Like I know many of us might live with someone who does not do the same things that we do. Like they may be supportive, but it can be hard if they're not doing the same things we're doing. Or maybe you have a bunch of friends who are just not supportive of what you're trying to do too. And that's really challenging if those are the only people you're surrounded with. And so again, join my community. It's a beautiful space. And that's where like we're all different. We're all kind of approaching this healthy lifestyle differently. But we also all have that purpose of finding what is right for each of us. So you do have that support. So it's a great space, but also look around yourself too. Who are the people you hang out with most? How can you create more community support for yourself? Because that makes a world of difference as you are, especially if you're needing to make changes in your life. Getting support from the people around you, whew, game changer. So, all right, those are the 5 strategies, you guys. I have yammered myself away for the last hour. Holy moly. So sorry, guys. It's been an hour. So anyway, I would love to know as we wrap up, just which of those strategies do you feel like you're missing? And really get honest with yourself too, because I know it's easy to feel like I have been doing everything I'm supposed to be doing and it's not working. So like, I mean, that's been kind of the whole point of this, right? Is that you have to unbox yourself from what you're supposed to be doing and really have a hard look at these strategies. Like, are you doing a strategy that's actually customized to your needs, your health history, your values, everything? Or are you trying to force yourself to fit into someone else's box? Are you... Sorry, my brain's starting to short out. Time to wrap it up. Time to wrap it up. Are you missing one of the 4 pillars from the holistic approach, right? Are you just doing diet and exercise, and are you missing the energy and the stress resilience portions, the lifestyle portions, the inner work portions? Are you trying to reconnect with your body, but you're still letting your brain control everything? You're trying to listen to your body, but your brain is still kind of sabotaging you, being like, no, I said you have to do it this way. And your body's going, no, please don't do it that way. I don't like it that way. Right? That's probably the biggest one that I see people struggling with. And again, that's a hard one to learn on your own. So please, let's do talk. If your body is driving you absolutely insane, let's talk and see what is going on for you and what is keeping you from actually connecting with your body. And making these changes that you need so that you can feel good in your body and have the energy you need to live the life that you want to live and have the impact you want to have. And then too, like, are you missing accountability? Are you not scheduling those regular check-ins to make sure that you're on track? Are you just winging it? Like, most people do that. They wing it. And they're like, but I set this goal and I said I was going to do it and I spoke it. And so now it's supposed to happen. Why is it not happening? Well, got to have a check-in. Got to have an accountability buddy. Got to have an extra set of eyes, a coach, something, right? It makes a difference, right? And then, of course, what is your community like? Are you getting the support that you need at home? Are you asking for it? That's a hard one. It's really hard to ask for support, especially when the people that they want to support you, but they also don't want to support you by doing what you're doing. And that can be very challenging to find the balance. So, like, how does that need to work? How do you need to communicate your needs? How do you need to ask for help? Or just come join my community, and we'll all support you too, regardless of what's going on at home. We'll help you build that support around you. So, but yeah, so which of those strategies are you missing? Some, all, which ones? There you go. Those are the 5 strategies. So let me know Let me know which of those are you missing. Let me know if I can help. If you want to talk about what is going on for you, I would love to chat with you and see what you need. So that is it for now, guys. Thank you so much for joining me and bearing with me while I yammered away. But I will say this is good stuff. Like, if you came in at the end, please go back and watch. It's good information. This is everything that I have built my program around. This is everything that I used to take myself from rock bottom with my health to finally having no pain, no chronic fatigue. Even with living with a chronic genetic hypermobility disorder, I don't have all the issues that doctors said I was supposed to just live with and manage for the rest of my life. I don't have them because I applied these strategies. My clients don't have those issues because they apply these strategies. My clients are feeling better than they have in years because they're applying these strategies. So go back and watch this. Let me know in the comments. Let me know which of these strategies are speaking to you, which ones you're missing, and let me know where you're at with them. So that's it for now, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a beautiful day. Bye.